Happy Sabbath day. Shabbat Shalom, family. Today I'll be bringing a lesson, in place of my cousin. My name is Nehemiah, and this is going to be my reader today, Brother Brian. And today we're going to be bringing a lesson that we call cleaning of the body. And what we're going to be dealing with today is just correction within the body of our people, our church. Because Israel came out of captivity, was brought out of Egypt to be purged and supposed to be made good and prepared to go into the Holy Land so that they could be Kodesh or set apart. So we've, over the years, and they actually went into captivity because they weren't consistent and didn't fulfill the obligations of the Father. So today we're going to be dealing with correction within the body because we've gotten to the point, where we might water ourselves down sometimes, and let a lot of stuff slide that shouldn't slide. And this is going to be dealing with, can your sin affect those around you? Because we always get in the mind that, well, if I sin, it's going to be on me. Nobody else got to pay for my sin. But we're going to dive into these scriptures today, and most high willing, we'll be able to examine the scriptures and see if that statement is true. Because we have to come up out of the mind state of what we've been given, and we have to come walk after the Father, because it's not about us, it's about him and fulfilling his will.
Right.
All right, so with that being said, we're going to start off at Leviticus 19. And we're going to read one verse there. And when you get there, brother, you can start at 17.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him.
Thou shalt what?
In any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him.
So this scripture here is telling us that we should not suffer sin on our brother and we should rebuke them. I mean, rebuke is love. As a father or as a mother, you're going to discipline your children because you love them and you don't want to see them into some type of predicament that they're going to have to be punished for. Right. So chastisement comes, right? So as brothers, we're supposed to try to correct our brothers so that their chastisement doesn't have to come from the Father and their judgment doesn't come upon them. But sometimes we can get caught in the mix and we can let some stuff slide that we really shouldn't. And now that blood is on our hands because we went along with it. So this is just hopefully a reality check and to snap back into it, lesson to make our brothers think about what they're doing when they're around other brothers and also our sisters so that we can all walk righteously so that one person doesn't have to suffer for another person's sin. And with that being said, the next spot that we're going to hit today is 1 Corinthians chapter 5. And we're going to read verses 1 through 13 today, family. All right, so we see here Paul is going to be giving correction amongst the brethren for some things that's going on. We're going to start at verse 1. Go ahead when you get there, brother.
It is reported commonly that there is fornication among you, and such fornication as is not so much as named among the Gentiles. All
right, I want y'all to realize the time frame of when this sin is happening, because this is close around Hamashiach's time. He was just recently there, walked in the earth. So those who believe in him should have some type of fear. We ain't even seen him, and we ain't even close to that time. So these people should really have more fear. But then again, we should have fear from the stories that we seen in this so-called New Testament, right?
Right.
So read that verse 1 more time. So let's see what they're talking about.
It is reported commonly that there is fornication among you, and such fornication as is not so much as named among the Gentiles.
Right. So this is dealing with fornication and dealing with people's wives. Now, that is a bad thing, but any sin that we do will separate us from the Father. It's not like one is greater than the other. So any sin we do is going to separate us from the Father. But he's having to tell them about something that they should have known thousands of years because they had the Torah or the law all of this time. So it should be really established in their mind. You see what I'm saying? But at that time, right after his death, Paul is having to mention these things that's supposed to be among those who quote unquote keep the law. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead and hit verse 2, because that just shows that they was corrupt before then. That's why they got put in captivity. After Hamashiach came, they was still being wicked. And he talking to the people, the body, the church, the believers. You see what I'm saying? And then still to this day, people are still doing the same things.
Right.
So go ahead and hit verse 2.
And you are puffed up, and have not rather mourned, that he that hath done these deeds might be taken away from among you.
Right, so you ain't doing nothing so that these deeds should be taken from among you. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? He say be in the world, but don't be of it, you know?
Right.
So these people at that time, when you do a lot of research from the early church fathers, you'll see that it was a lot of favoritism going on. It was like kind of like it was politics within the body. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So if you had a certain status, a lot of stuff you could get away with, you know, but if you was low on the totem pole, they'd be quick to stone you.
Right, right.
So that's where a lot of the hypocriticism came from when Hamashiach came and was talking and saying, oh, ye hypocrites, because they was letting certain people slide with it, depending on their political position or finances or things of that nature. But then those poor, they was abusing. That's why the scriptures always talk about how you treat the poor, how you treat the
Right.
poor. It's kind of like it is now. A politician will get caught doing something and do way less time, if any,
If
than
any.
just a regular, Joe. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So with that being said, it doesn't matter the title or the position. Correction is needed when someone steps out of the guidelines of the Torah.
Right.
And we can't be tolerant of sin within the body, right? So if you're getting sick, you're going to do whatever you do to try to fight off whatever sickness you
Right.
have. You're going to take fruits. You're going to eat your fruits, your vegetables, take your herbs, all your vitamins. You're going to try to protect your body, right?
Right.
But we don't look at the body as a body. We all are a unit, you know. Somebody might be a finger, somebody an arm, somebody a leg, but you don't want no cancer within your body, right?
Right.
You're going to try to eliminate it. If you don't do it naturally, you're going to go to the doctor.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Go ahead and read verse 3.
For I verily, as absent in body, but present in spirit, have judged already, as though I were present.
He said he ain't even there, but he already judging the matter, right? So he ain't even there. He's making the judgment. Go ahead and keep reading.
Concerning him that have so done this deed.
Concerning the one who has done the deed, right? So let's see what that judgment is. Verse 4.
In the name of our Adonai, Yeshua HaMashiach, when you are gathered together in my spirit with the power of our Adonai, Yeshua HaMashiach,
So this is in the spirit, right? Keep going.
to deliver such and one unto Satan for the destruction of the flesh, that the spirit may be saved in the day of our Adonai, Yeshua.
Read that again.
To deliver such and one unto Satan for the destruction of the flesh, that the spirit may be saved in the day of our Adonai, Yeshua.
Right. So that word deliver in the Greek is paradidomi. And that means to deliver into custody, to give into the hands of another. And this judgment might be able to make a person correct themselves before they die in sin. And this day is called tough love. But we don't want to do them things because when we rub the people the wrong way, we scared of how they going to react on us. You know what I'm saying? Is he going to still want to be cool with me? You know, things of that nature.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? Because you trying to, and we be taught like, walk in love, but you need correction.
Right.
You're not going to let your brother walk in the middle of the street knowing a car coming. And that's what that sin is. It's a freight train,
Right.
let alone a car. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead and read verse 6.
Your glorying is not good. Know you not that a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump.
Right. So that little bit of trouble within the body is going to cause a problem in the schism. You see what I'm saying? So just like with cancer in the body, it starts somewhere and it increases. It travels around your body, right? Until
Yeah.
it's just manifested in a position where it got you sick and on your deathbed. That's the same way the building worked, the body of the church. Because you got one person who corrupt, that he did one bad apple spoil a bunch. That one bad apple gonna start rubbing off. You know what I'm saying? Now, since you ain't corrected it, now you got two people you need to correct now because you see it's starting to spread. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of stuff that go on within the body that we let slide, and we cannot do that. If we really love them, He said, "You shall love your brother and then rebuke not let them suffer the sin. You shall rebuke
right.
them." So we should really be rebuking it. And that's the way we do it. We do it with charity and love. We're not just gonna point the finger as the Pharisee did, you know, and no, we doing this. Nah, brother, we don't need to be talking about this. We don't need to be doing this. You know what I'm saying? Or, hey, I know about this, man, brother. You shouldn't be doing that. And here goes some scriptures. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying because I love you. You know, we come in charity, right? All right, go ahead and hit go 6 again.
Oh, your glorying is not good. Know you not that a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump.
So one person's sin causes a ripple effect, and it affects us all. So this is trying to tie it into the title, cleaning the body, and talking about how one person's sin causes a ripple effect, and it'll start poisoning the whole body as an entirety. You know, and then you have chaos. You know. And then it's no different from the church that everybody's speaking against. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And we're supposed to be a reflection of the Most High Yah. When they see us, they're supposed to see the Father. They're supposed to see his fruits, characteristics, and with consistency. You see what I'm saying? Yep. Not just on the Shabbat, because that's what the so-called truth has become. I keep the Shabbat. I keep the holy days. I'm good. I'm better than those people over there who keep holidays. But the heart is similar. You see what I'm saying? No and difference. It's worse because you keep the days, you got the knowledge, and you will still being hard-headed. Right. I mean, this just remind me when you read the book of reading Joshua and Judges and all them books, and then you just see the constant roller coaster. Oh, I'm doing good. Now I'm going to go deal with other guys and be sinful. Hey, my brother, backbite, all of that. Now I'm getting punishment. Now I beg out, Father, bring me back. I'm back at the top of the hill. Now I'm going right back and diving into sin. Then I cry because I'm getting punished. Oh, please, please. Right. It's like, it's a movie came out called Bebe's Kids back in the day, and it's like some bad kids. They was known for being bad, and that's what we are. Yeah. We baby kids, you know. we repetitive, but then we always want mercy from the Father. We wonder why we keep getting chastised. Why this happening on top of this? Well, it might be a gap. It might just be a test, you know, like Job. But a lot of times it's because we in the need of place of correction, and he trying to slow us down.
Absolutely. So
he can speak to us. Go ahead and hit verse 7, brother.
Purge out, therefore, the old leaven, that you may be a new lump.
Yeah, get that up out of there, man, because if you cooking something and you see something in the dough, you finna scrap all that bread, right?
Right.
But if you had nothing but a little, you're going to take whatever that is out of there and keep what you got that's good, right? And that's what the Father going to do with us. He going to come and he going to pick those who are truly, you know, the remnant, you know, the least in number, you know. Mm-hmm. So he say, read that again.
Purge out, therefore, the old leaven.
Take that the sin and all them old ways out. Come on.
That you may be a new lump.
So that you can be new.
As you are unleavened.
Unleavened. You being whole, without fault, without spot and blemish. You live in the way that he told you. He didn't say, man, go in there. You could be 75% of the time good. Right. He said, he told them people after he blessed them, go and sin no more. All these things. He gave them a blessing, but he gave them a stipulation too. Go and sin no more. We don't know what some of them people did and what really happened to them if they did. Right. What if the illness that he cured came back twofold? Now they can't see and hear. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gave you opportunity, but you didn't want it, right?
Right.
Finish 7 for me, brother.
For even Hamashiach, our Passover, is sacrifice for us.
Right. So this sin is a cancer to the body. And if you don't remove the cancer cell, it's going to multiply itself and will eventually kill the body. Right? And when the body is first sick, you attempt to heal it with a natural remedy, such as herbs, fruits, and vegetables, and you speak to the person. So that means when we see somebody out of order, we're going to speak to them because we see it's a schism going to happen off of this. We know it starts small and then something big blow up off of something small, right? So we go and approach that person. We try to talk to him, hey, brother, you had an order here and here, right? So we're trying to kill that cancer cell right when we find out about it, right? Without letting it spread throughout the whole body, right? Now, if that doesn't do the trick, then you will have to surgically remove it if the conditions get too bad. Now we can't even just try to cure it. We just got to cut that whole thing out and remove all of it out of the body, right? We tried to cure within the body, but we couldn't, so we had to take it out of the body, right? And the herbs that's taken would be the word. That would be the herbs that we give into this sick person to try to heal that part of the body, right? Because every part of the body matter, the pinky toe just as much as the head, right?
Yep.
And so that will be cause for a physical removal if we can't cure it naturally through the herbs, which would be the word, right? Hit verse 9 for me. Nah, 8.
Therefore, let us keep the feast, not with old leaven, neither with the leaven of malice
Right.
and wickedness, but with the unleavened bread of sincerity and truth.
Right, and we keep the feast days. Some of us been in 20, 30 years, and we still barely done changed. All we did was get a lot of wisdom, but no
Right.
application of it. So somebody who even knew might outdo you, you know what I'm saying? And they come in and they be like, bro, I thought you really knew more because this is the way you act. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
Like this dude got all this knowledge, but he don't activate none of it. He could quote every Bible scripture. Man, hey, Hashatan do the same thing though.
Yeah.
You know, he got ministers. So that don't make you no better. It's the activation of his word. The Most High gives us regulations and stipulations. If we don't qualify as far as following them regulations and meeting them, then the stipulations for the and punishment and judgment that come for them actions, right?
Yes, sir.
So we're gonna keep going. I'm gonna try to move it quick, man, so that we can see how it does affect everybody, which hopefully I'm doing a decent job at. Y'all
great.
forgive me if I'm not. But we're gonna pick this up at verse 9. Go ahead.
I wrote unto you in an epistle not to company with fornicators,
Right, not to company with fornicators, right? But keep going.
yet not altogether with the fornicators of this world, or with covetous, or extortioners, or with idolaters. For then must you needs go out of the world. But now I have written unto you not to keep company, if any man that is called a brother be a fornicator, or a covetous,
Hold on. So not to keep company if any man is a what?
fornicator,
Right?
or covetous, or an idolater, or a railer, or a drunkard, or an extortioner, with such in one no not to eat.
Right. So with these scriptures, really, this is a writing to those who believed in the word, right, and to the Torah and all of that, and said that we supposed to follow this. Because we got to keep focused all the time. Who is the writer speaking to? What was their state of mind? We have to focus on these things, not just read it, but we have to slow down and analyze these things and see,
Right.
and see who he's speaking to. What was their mind frame? Was it the followers? Was it the Pharisees? All of these things, right?
Right.
So he talking to the body, right? And we supposed to focus on the body because Yaga is going to handle those that's outside the body, right? Because read 12.
For what have I to do to judge them also that are without?
Bam. That meaning people outside of the body. These are people who ain't really following like that. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? Read that again.
For what have I to do to judge them also that are without?
So why I gotta judge them,
Right.
right? Why would I judge them? Keep reading.
Do not ye judge them that are within?
Right. We supposed to be dealing with the people that's within the body because they the believers. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? We the
good.
ones who's supposed to be the reflection of the Most High Yah. And we supposed to walk as a Mashiach. So when people see us, they should be seeing the Creator and the Son both. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? So if we are those people, we should be the reflection, right? So we're going to deal with the body on the inside. So a lot of people go over there, but he's talking to those who are within the body. Well, I need to deal with them on the outside
Right.
because the Most High Yah going to deal with them. He's the judge, right? We need to focus on the ones inside. I shall not suffer my brother to what?
Sin.
To sin, right? So with that being said, it don't mean that we just let people, run rapid without dropping seeds on them. So if they are in sin and they're not in the body, we just let them keep doing it. We drop a little gem
Right,
on
right,
them, you
right.
know. And with charity and love, as spoken of earlier, right? So we ain't gonna just let everybody sin, but we supposed to focus on those within the body so that when we are moving out there, we effective, right?
Right.
Because we auditioning to play in the coach's game, and the coach is the Most High Yah.
Right.
And we don't want to get out there with a bad foot because we got all these members
Right,
over here
right.
messed up, and we ain't gonna be no good, right?
That's right.
Right. So if we can't get those within the body right, then how you gonna try to heal the sick that's outside the body? If we sick, then how they gonna? And we say we got the remedy, and we coughing, and we got all type of ailments. They gonna be like, I don't want none of your remedy. You know what I'm saying?
Don't work,
Like
yeah.
you look in a worse shape than I do.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that's like somebody. No offense, because people get there in hard places, but just to use an example, like that's like somebody on the streets trying to give you financial advice. Bro, you ain't got no roof over your head. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
And he might have some good advice, but you're gonna be second guessing anything that he speak, right? Why you ain't where I need to be, where you trying to get me then, right?
Right.
So when they come in, they're gonna see that everything is all out of order, right? And you can see that in the truth sometimes. You be able to tell when things is out of order. You know what I'm saying? So we really should be correcting it, but what a lot of times what we do is we go home and talk about it to our husbands and wives instead of being like, hey, man, this is out of order, you know what I'm saying? Let's get this right because it's going to
Absolutely.
affect the whole body. Somebody
Right.
new coming in, they going to come a couple Sabbaths and be like, it's a good lesson, but man, this stuff over there, how they letting that stuff slide? You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we got to get things in order, go ahead and reprove, you know, in the ways that we should be doing, right?
Yes, sir.
And how are we different from the Sunday church, which everybody hate now, that everybody likes to talk about, right?
Right.
Let's go to, let me see if I want this.
You want 13?
Yeah, sorry.
But them that are without Yah judgeth.
Right, so y'all judges, see, this ain't me talking, this is scriptures. Y'all gonna judge them outside the body. Keep going.
Therefore, put away from among yourselves that wicked
Among
person.
who?
Yourselves.
Right, because remember that they didn't want to deal with those that had the Gentile mind state, right?
Right, right.
So he's speaking to the ones within the body. Put away that person, right? But we don't want to do that. We want to give 100 chances on stuff. Now, it be certain situations you just got to react, and you know what you really need to do. And it be
Right.
hard, but man, tough love, man. I'd rather for you correct you this way and love you from a distance than to see you continue to go and sin because I'm
Right.
enabling you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's like me saying, hey, man, stop smoking crack, and every day I drop you a 10-piece of rock on your table. Yeah, but stop though, bro,
Right,
man.
right.
But you know, I don't. Yeah, nah, we can't do
I know
that,
it's
man.
hard, but
Yeah. Let me see if we want this real quick. So tough love got to be done, you know.
Mhm. Most definitely.
All right, let's go to Romans 16 and start at verse 17 and read through 19. Remember, he said, I don't want you to be around these type of people, right?
Right.
When you're supposed to be around them. All right, you can go ahead and read, starting at Romans 16 and 17. Go ahead.
Now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause division.
He say, do what?
Mark them which cause division.
Nah, let them make it.
Mark them.
Don't say nothing.
Mark them.
Turn a blind eye.
Mark them
Wink
which cause
at it.
division.
Now, keep going. Mark them. We're going to mark them up.
Mark them.
Right. It's going to look like a kid with a crayon book, man. All right, we marking them up. So it said, now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and
Offenses contrary to the
to
doctrine
the doctrine. Uh-huh.
which you have learned, and avoid them.
Right. And this gonna be dealing with actions as well, you know,
Right.
with doctrine and with actions as well. Keep going.
18. For they that are such serve not our Adonai Yeshua HaMashiach, but their own belly, and by good words and fair speeches deceive the hearts of the simple.
Right. It's dealing with doctrine, but this is even dealing with how people do with actions. You see what I'm saying? Because they'll be doing wickedness. People will talk behind your back, but in your face, they smile, bro. They got the Kool-Aid smile, you know, like ear to ear. And they be, you know how people, they really hate, they be thinking, they smiling, but they like, I hate you.
Yeah.
I hate you. And they mind, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, that's how people be. You know, read that one more time.
For they that are such serve not our Adonai Yeshua HaMashiach, but their own belly,
Right.
and by good words and fair speeches deceive the hearts
So
of the
they
simple.
deceive the people by their talk, right? And then
Right.
they don't really serve the Most High nor Hamashiach, because if they did, then they wouldn't be doing them actions, because he said, pick up your cross. We're supposed to carry our cross. That means all the things that we would want to do or we used to do, and it's supposed to be dead. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
And we don't be doing that. You know what I'm saying? So we got to really step it up, because even in the so-called truth, it be kind of looking like just the regular world, you know, and we should really be seeing the difference. We should be
Right.
praying for each other. We should be building people up. You know what I'm saying? We should be showing love instead of the hateful actions behind people's backs. You see what I'm saying? And be genuine about it, because the Most High watching it all time. So we could try to fool somebody, but we ain't going to fool him.
Right.
Right. So again, going back to the point, we supposed to mark people. We supposed to separate ourselves from these people. He said, "Don't fellowship, man. We ain't supposed to be with them like that." You know.
That's
Let's
true.
go to. Let me see here.
That's true.
We're going to go to First Chronicles chapter 2. And we're going to pick it up at verse 7. And if you're not going to suffer your brother to sin, that means corrections have to be made. It's tough love, again. I'm going to keep reiterating it, right? Because one person's sin can affect the whole body, you know? Like, have you ever thought about, like, for example, I want to get some examples now. So when people in the gang, right, they might be claiming one side of the gang and they have beef or problems with somebody on the other side. It always be that innocent boy or girl who gets shot, right, and they lose their life. But is they the one who was fighting and hating and killed somebody else that caused a retaliation? No, right? Drunk drivers, you know, right, they usually be wrecking. They always survive because their body's so limber for being drunk, and they kill the other person, right? Right. So we seeing just other people ways and things that they do can kill people, you know. Right. That's a good point. Kill people and hurt people and scam artists, you know, taking other people's money. It's they sin, but it's affecting you, you know. All right, First Chronicles chapter 2 and verse 7.
And the sons of Carmi, Achar, the troubler of Israel, who transgressed in the thing accursed. And the sons of Ethan, Azariah, the sons of Hezron.
Okay, we focusing on verse 7. Read that again.
Okay. And the sons of Carmi, Achar, the troubler of Israel, who transgressed in the thing accursed.
So this dude transgressed in the things accursed, right? And they call him the what of Israel?
The troubler.
So this is the troubler of Israel. This is the man who's causing trouble amongst the body. We're going back to the body now. He's causing trouble amongst the body of Israel, right? Mm-hmm. So let's go, let's see here where we're going to go. We're going to go to Joshua chapter 6. So he's called the troubler. Now, you remember, Israel was winning all the wars when they came out of Egypt. Most High was on their side, performing all type of miracles. And the reason he was doing it, because it's causing fear. It's causing the other nations to be fearful, right? Mm-hmm. If you got a big body of army, even this day, you know, people going to fear their country because they got so much firepower. They got this, right, they got that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That people fear the United States because they know how scandalous they are, of course, but also, you know, they do a lot of damage. They bomb first and ask questions later. That's right. You know? Mm-hmm. So people fear them, right? So at this time, Israel has left Egypt, and everybody's fearing them because they win in every war. You know, the Battle of Jericho, you know, mm-hmm, just off of yelling, you causing damage. Now, right, you know that the stories is going to go around that whole area. Everybody going to hear. Everybody was fearful.
They're going to fear them.
Testing. All right. Y'all blame Pastor Al. That's because he talks so much in his lessons. He didn't say me no battery. These supposed to last 4 days, and one lesson do it. Yeah. Okay, so going back, I was saying that Israel was winning all the wars, and then the tide got turned on Israel, and they got beat real bad and lost, right? Mm-hmm. So Joshua 6, and we're going to read verses 1 through 2. Go ahead.
Now Jericho was straitly shut up because of the children of Israel. None went out and none came in. And Yahuwah said unto Joshua, See, I have given into thy hand Jericho.
Who given into the hand? Who's giving them into their hand?
The Most High.
The Most High, right? Mm-hmm. Keep going.
And the king thereof and the mighty men of valor.
So we see it says that the Most High has given them into the hand of Jericho, right? Mm-hmm. Now, we get comfortable in our walk, and we think that we good because we do some of the Torah, some of the time, right?
Right.
And we get puffed up, but consistency is the key with the Most High. And Yah is giving the strangers into Israel's hands. And Israel was wicked, and when he started dealing with them, he had to bring them out of Egypt and purge the heathens' ways out of them. Mm-hmm. And they did nothing to deserve the blessings that they received, right? But people will hold stuff like it's us. You know what I'm saying? Man, I'm the one who did this. Man, the Most High put you in that high place. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We'll forget that he's the one who uses other people to bless us or to punish us, so we never move and get to where we are without him, right? Absolutely. So that's why he had to let them know, hey, I have given these people over into your hand, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it ain't deserving. You didn't do nothing to deserve it, right?
Right.
Now, let's see here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we just got out of Egypt, right? And they already made calves of gold, just right after receiving salvation from Egypt, and they was committing fornication quick, right?
Right.
Because they ain't even get to the house. They just got married to the Most High, and they ain't even get to the honeymoon yet. They on the way, and they already cheating.
Right.
He stopped to get out and pump the gas, and he came back to the car and saw Israel with a whole nother man. That's how it was. That quick, right?
Yes,
so
sir.
I just saved you. I just built you up, and you do this to me, right? So we as a nation, we cause ripple effects through our sins. Just like Abraham's blessing was a ripple effect to bless all the nations, right? Our sins cause other nations to suffer as well. Because if we was in our rightful place and we did right by the Most High, none of this stuff that's going on in the earth would be going on. You see what I'm saying? But because our forefathers sinned and our sins, now a lot of people is in this condition. If we got it together, we could save this world. But it would be through the Most High, right?
Most definitely.
Let's read chapter 7 and verse 1.
Joshua 7.
Yes, sir.
But the children of Israel committed a trespass and a cursed thing.
Right? Because when we read earlier about, they called him Makor in that verse, but he was talking about he was the troubler of Israel. He's the one who caused the trouble to Israel, right? Let's see what he's talking about. And can we cause other people to pay for our sins? Am I wrong? Keep going.
For Achan, the son of Kamai, the son of Zabdi, the son of Zoara, of the tribe of Judah, took of the accursed thing, and the anger of Yahuwah was kindled against the children of Israel. And Joshua sent men from Jericho to Ai, which is beside Beth-aven, on the east side of Bethel, and spake unto them, saying, Go up and view the country. And the men went up and viewed Ai.
All right, so we seeing that it was a trespass committed by Achan. I don't want y'all to forget his name. His name in Hebrew means, it's Achan in Hebrew, and it means the troubler. He's the one who troubled Israel. And we're going to see who did what and who had to suffer and how many people had to suffer and how they would suffer and how judgment fell upon them due to one person's sin, right? Now, it says that Joshua sent men to Ai, right?
Ai, yeah.
Yes, sir. So he going to have them to see. You always survey the land before you go attack your enemy, right? You never just run in, blindly, right? You wouldn't go run in nobody's house just kicking the door in like you the police and not knowing what's on the other side, right?
Right.
We shouldn't be kicking in no doors anyway, unless we saving somebody. But
from a fire, yeah.
Yeah, so Joshua sent them to go check out Ai, right, and see what's going on. Now, it says Israel committed a trespass, but it was one man who did the thing that causes ripple effect, right? Read verse 3.
And they returned to Joshua and said unto him, Let not all the people go up, but let about 2,000 or 3,000 men go up and smite Ai.
So he said, don't let all the men go, right? So keep in mind, they've been fighting people consistently, back to back. Everywhere they move, they beating people to create their land, you know what I'm saying,
right.
What they're going to be inhabiting. So he says, don't let all the people go up. So don't send up everybody in war, but let about how many?
2 or 3,000 men go up and smite.
Now keep in mind they was winning all the wars, so they getting the big head. So that's like being Mike Tyson, and you thinking I just gonna knock everybody out, but then you catch Lennox Lewis,
Right.
You know, and you catch that right one on that right day that was meant for you, and you done lost, right? So they thinking, okay, this is just a few people, right? Keep reading.
And make not all the people to labor thither, for they are but a few.
For they are just a few. It's only a little bit of them there. So don't send our whole army, right?
Right.
We've been beating everybody anyway. You know what I'm saying? And it's only a little bit. And we was beating people who had way more people than we did.
Right.
And now they less than us. So don't send everybody, right?
That's
Go
right.
ahead and read verse 4.
So there went up thither for the people about 3,000
So
men.
they sent the 3,000 men.
And they fled before the man of Ai.
Uh-huh. They
And the-
fled.
Yeah.
Nah, they beat up IE.
No, they fled.
They fled, right? So they ran. They sent they 3,000, right? And they thought that they had it in the bag, and they end up running away. So they leaving. They fleeing the scene, right?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and read verse 5.
And the men of Ai smote them, about 36 men.
Man, 36 men, right? I mean, there wasn't many men who died out of the 3,000, but they sent the whole 3,000 running, and they still lost men, right?
Right.
So that's the important part we're gonna focus on is that the men who were killed, right? Keep reading.
For they chased them from before the gate even unto Shebrum, and smote them in going down. Wherefore the hearts of the people melted and became as water.
So people, and they in fear now. So all the arrogance that they had and the confidence that they had before in the faith is going down now.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's dwindled away. Because then they like, dang, these little bit of people done ran out 3,000 people off, and we got men that came back dead.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? And remember what it said. It was trespassed by that man named Achan, right?
Yep.
Read verse 6.
And Joshua rent his clothes and fell to the earth upon his face before the ark of Yahuwah until the eventide. He and the elders of Israel and put dust upon their heads.
Right.
And Joshua said, Alas, O Yahuwah, O Elohim, wherefore hast thou at all brought these people over Jordan, to deliver us into the hand of the Amorites, to destroy us? Would to Yah we have been content and dwelt on the other side Jordan.
Right.
O Yahuwah, what shall I say when Israel turneth their backs before their enemies?
Right, because now the fear is put into them. So now they're going to be scared to fight now. Because they're like, what happened, man? We lost our mojo, right?
Right.
Keep going.
For the Canaanites and all the inhabitants of the land shall hear of it, and shall envy on us around.
So they fear and they know, like, okay, now they're going to hear that we lost this battle from this small group of people. So the advantage that we had, which was the fear, the other people fearing us, is gone away, right? So now they going to try to come attack us. This is what he's saying. Keep going.
And cut off your name from the earth.
Right, and make it to where everybody did and your name is gone. Keep going.
And what wilt thou do unto thy great name? And Yahuwah said unto Joshua, Get thee up. Wherefore liest thou thus upon thy face?
See, that these people be talking good to the Most High. Though. They you got a good bargain chip. But if you let them get us, then your name ain't going to be here no more. You know, they got good bargaining chips, and they going to take advantage of it, right? Smart and wise men. Go
Right.
ahead and read 10. Read that again.
And Yahuwah said unto Joshua, Get thee up. Wherefore liest thou thus upon
Yeah,
thy
why
face?
you laying on your face? Keep going.
Israel has sinned, and they have also
Hold on, who's
transgressed.
sin?
Israel.
So all the people of Israel sin, as verse 1 stated?
No.
All right, so we keep that focus. He's saying Israel has sinned, but we read earlier is one man, the Achan, which is the troubler of Israel. But now everybody getting blamed, right? That's just like if you in the car, you in the hood, you trying to make money the way you don't need to. You selling dope, we with somebody who's selling dope, and you could be good and squeaky clean, but just because you in the car, is he just gonna go to jail, or is you know what I'm saying when
Right there with him.
yeah, you going with him, right? So Israel is right here being accused because you with him. You know what I'm saying? You're amongst him. Keep going.
And they have also transgressed my covenant, which I commanded them. For they have even taken of the accursed thing, and have also stolen and disassembled also, and they have put even among their own stuff. Put it even among their own stuff.
Right, because he told him, man, he was like, he let them know what when every time it's a war, he'll let you know what you can take and what you can't, right?
Right.
But this dude, he just had the still that accursed thing, right? Keep reading verse 12.
Therefore, the children of Israel could not stand before their enemies.
That's why you losing the battle, because that's what Joshua was just asking him, right? Why did we lose? You know what I'm saying? What did we do? So he telling him, it's because this dude stole the accursed thing. I'm giving you an answer. Keep going.
But turned their backs before their enemies, because they were accursed. Neither will I be with you anymore.
Wow. So them hedges I had around you, they ain't around you no more right now. Keep going.
Except you destroy the curse from among
One
you.
stipulation, and one thing that'll save you is if you destroy the accursed thing from among you. Keep going.
Up, sanctify the people, and say,
Sanctified means to, in the Hebrew right there is kadash, means set them apart, right? Separate yourselves from the people, right? And it sounds like the same thing that our brother Paul was saying in his letters, you know what I'm saying? Separate yourself. See, the old thing only built is a foundation for the new thing.
Right.
That new thing is a reminder. So you see, this happened thousands of years ago. So I'm gonna send a reminder, this so-called New Testament, to try to shake y'all up again. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So Paul was just saying the same thing as the Most High giving orders as, right? Right. Keep going.
sanctify yourselves against tomorrow. For thus saith Yahuwah of Israel, there is an accursed thing in the midst of thee, O Israel. Thou cannot stand before thine enemies until you take away the accursed thing from among you.
That's the living that's living in the whole lump.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because it's one thing. He don't want nothing amongst us to be like not right. We all as a body should be on point. And when one of us out, we should be able to take correction and really get ourselves right and not be mad at that brother or sister. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Be like, man, they love me. The way they came at me wasn't out of order. So I'm going to take that. Praise the Most High, Yah, for you have given me a true brother or sister that love me enough to pull me to the side and put me back in line like roller skate wheels.
right.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That's love, man. Instead of me letting you just keep going now, and then how can we get mad at them? Because their blood is on their hands if they don't say nothing to us. You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
Keep reading.
14. In the morning, therefore, you shall be brought according to your tribes, and it shall be that the tribe which Yahuwah taketh shall come according to the families thereof. And the family which Yahuwah shall take shall come by the households.
By the households, man, for this one person. Keep going.
Right. And the household which Yahuwah shall take shall come man by man.
Right? And he talking about households, right? This ain't talking about my homeboys. This talking about households. This came out my loins.
Right.
You know, keep going.
And it shall be that he that is taken with an accursed thing shall be burnt with fire, he and all that he hath, because that he hath transgressed the covenant of
Hold on,
Yahuwah.
what he shall be what?
Burned with fire.
Get a slap on the wrist.
Burnt with fire.
Bro. Burnt with fire. Man. Them some hard, them ancient times was hard ways to die, man. I would have wanted an M16 or something.
Right.
You can't at least shoot me. I got to burn, right? Keep
Right,
going.
man. He and all that he hath.
He and all that he had, because of his, what does his name mean?
Troubler.
The troubler. Because of what the troubler did, everything is getting burnt. All that he hath, right? Keep going.
Yeah. Because he had transgressed the covenant of Yahuwah, and because he have wrought folly in Israel.
He brought folly in Israel. And remember the Most High Yah said, because Israel has transgressed against me. So we
Right.
showing and proving that one person's sins will affect the other. If somebody in here is tripping in the body, the people outside the body going to look at us all like we the same way. They automatically going to judge us as a whole in the collective because of one person's actions. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So even when they meet us, they going to think, man, this out of order. How you didn't know this was going on? You know what I'm saying? This stuff happened to me, this, that, and the third. Nah, bro. We're not supposed to condone that stuff, bro. We're supposed to separate ourselves from them type of people. If not, we disobeying scriptures. And if we get judged on it in the future, then we can't cry about it. Because he'll bring it to your recognition and be like, yeah, man, you still amongst this filth.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And you really should be doing better. You see the brother or the sister ain't really making no changes like this. You see what I'm saying? One
good.
little leaven the whole lump. Where we at?
16.
Hit that.
So Joshua rose up early in the morning and brought Israel by their tribes, and the tribe of Judah was taken.
Tribe of Judah.
And he brought it the family of Judah, and he took the family of the Zerahites, And he brought the family of the Zerahites man by man, and Zebedee was taken.
Keep going.
And he brought his household man by man, and Achan, and son of Carmi, the son of Zebedee, and the son of Zara of the tribe of Judah was taken.
Right. So they breaking it down family by family till they get to where they need to be, right? And remember, his name is the Troubler, and we're going to see that. Keep going. Just go.
And Joshua said unto Achan, my son, give, I pray thee, glory of Yahuwah of Israel, and make confession unto him, and tell me now what thou hast done. Hide it not from me.
So he telling him, let me know what you done did, man, right? And at this point, you can't lie and say you didn't do it, you know what I'm saying? Because it's out there, right? Keep going.
And Achan answered Joshua and said,
the Troubler answered Joshua,
indeed, I have sinned against Yahuwah of Israel, and thus have I done. Right.
How mad would you be to do prison time for somebody else's crime? And that would suck. You see what I'm saying? But he telling him, man, you have sinned against the Most High Yahuwah of Israel. But yet he's saying Israel has transgressed against us. You making the whole body. See what I'm saying? We can't have no sickness within the body. Go ahead, 21.
Yeah. When I saw among the spoils of goodly Babylonian garment.
A Babylonian garment? Oh, he had on the Gucci, the Ferragamo, the nice suit, you know what I'm saying, whatever it was, but it was a Babylonian attire. Right. And he tell us not to even want to wear a strange attire. But, you know, hey, this is what you are. So, hold on, man. Didn't it say 36 men died earlier? 36 men died. They lives taken because you wanted that suit.
Right.
You wanted that fancy shirt. Lives taken of innocent people who had nothing to do with you but over some clothes, bro. We just got killed over me trying to steal some man Jordans. So we got to bring it really into today's time and relate to it. You see what I'm saying? But this is all over clothes, man. People didn't have nothing to do with it, right? But yet the Israel has transgressed. So we got to cut counsel because when the Most High come, he might not just judge that one person and you thinking like, well, that's him doing it. Nah, you might get judged with him. You see what I'm saying? I'm giving you a chance to correct a man now and you not. So you keep dealing with him. Boom. Both y'all gone in a car accident. Both, you know what I'm saying? Because you didn't do your job. You see what I'm saying? I have no more use for you.
Absolutely.
Start over on 21.
When I saw among the spoils of goodly Babylonian garment and 200 shekels of silver.
And so you got some clothes, a little bit of change. Keep going.
And a wedge of gold of 50 shekels weight. Then I coveted them and took them. And behold, they are hid in the earth in the midst of my tent, and the silver under it.
Remember what Paul, because we got to really back to what today's time is, because a lot of people say everything hangs on these two commandments. You know what I'm saying? But Paul, he said, don't be around the covetous. That was one of the people in that list with the fornicators and everything. And what did it say? It says, then I coveted them. We're not supposed to be around this type of activity. We're supposed to separate ourselves. Mark them who cause these strikes and offenses, right? 22.
So Joshua sent messengers, and they ran unto the tent, and behold, it was hid in his tent, and the silver under it.
So now he want to be honest, because your life on the line. You know, now you could have saved all them men's lives back then, but just by being consistent and obedient, right? Keep going.
23. And they took them out of the midst of the tent and brought them unto Joshua and unto all the children of Israel and laid them out before Yahuwah. And Joshua and all Israel with him took Achan, the son
Troubler. Keep going.
The son of Zara, and the silver and the garment and the wedge of gold and his sons and his daughters.
His sons and his daughters too?
Man.
Come on. Beautiful little Leroy. He was only 3 years old. Man, for the sins. That's why even as men, we got to be good leaders. We got to be good leaders, man. Hey, because we lead the household. But his sons and his daughters, keep going.
And his oxen and his asses and his sheep and his tent.
Bro, like, what could a tent do? It don't even breathe, bro. Yeah. But they got destroyed. And animals, ever since the day of Adam, animals have been paying for our sins. They always dying. So Adam killed it. Now we got to sacrifice a bull, a goat, whatever it be. something innocent, bro. So that's another sign. Things suffer because of our actions, bro.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Keep reading.
And all that he had,
All that he had, go.
and they brought them unto the valley of
So what does
Achor.
Achor mean? Because remember his name is Acum, but then they calling his name, the name of this area, the Valley of Achor. The Valley of Trouble. So let's go ahead and read 26.
And they raised over him a great heap of stone unto this day.
Hold on now.
Oh,
25. Yeah.
And Joshua said, Why hast thou troubled us? Yeshua shall trouble thee this day.
Judgment is coming.
And all Israel stoned him with stones.
Nah, they had one man stone him.
Now all Israel.
Everybody gonna participate in judging this man. You know, this man had 36 people killed, and now you even have to participate. So what I'm saying it is because we don't want to correct nobody with just words. These people was forced to throw a rock, see a man jawline get cracked in with a big stone, his head caving in, blood spattering everywhere, but we don't even want to say nothing to nobody.
Right.
And because we don't, these people these days, death is gonna be worse than what it was there. You see what I'm saying? Keep going.
And all Israel stoned him with stones and burned them with fire
Then burned them.
after they had stoned them with stones.
Bro, you didn't get a proper burial. You got burnt. You know, and then we took pride in the way we buried our people. You know, that was part of our customs and cultures to take pride and bury bottoms in a certain manner, right?
Right.
But he got burnt. Go ahead and hit 26 for me.
And they raised over him a great heap of stones unto this day. So Yahuwah turned from the fierceness of his anger, wherefore the name of that place was called the Valley of Achor unto this day.
Right. So he brought death upon his family, and before that, the 36 men who died at war, you know. And ever since Adam's transgression again, animal has been dying, right? So we willing to deal with Yah when he's blessing and everything is going good, but who willing to remember these type of things that's going on and keep in mind that he does have judgment for disobedience? You know, so even when we getting our blessings, we got to keep our mind in check so that we don't slip and fall.
Right.
You know, because first off, he didn't have to bless us, just like he didn't have to bless Israel. They did nothing special.
Right.
He chose them for his reason, right? Now, Judah saw that what Israel did, you know, how Israel was sent into captivity, you know, could have got it together and been a good wife, but no. Now you have to get divorced too because you follow the same dumb stuff.
Ripple
See what I'm saying? And it's always because, like, keep in mind about the Babylonian garment. It was a Babylonian garment, right? They already know we're not supposed to deal with strange. We ain't supposed to be dealing with no strange clothing and all of that, right?
Right.
Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 23 and 13. You see, Judah still went and committed fornication, but we do the same thing still to this day. Even in Paul's time, they were still doing the same wickedness. So that's why he writing the letters.
Right.
And I'm correcting you who's supposed to be teaching other people the law. Because they don't know no better, you know?
Yep.
All right, we're going to pick it up at verse 13. Go ahead.
Then I saw that she was defiled, that they took both one away, and that she increased with her whoredoms, for when she saw men portrayed upon the wall, the images of the Chaldeans portrayed with vermilion.
Now read that again because I got to get it.
Okay. And that she increased her whoredoms, for when she saw the men portrayed upon the wall, the images
So they watching the men who was portrayed on the wall. Who was the images of? Go
the
ahead.
Chaldeans portrayed with
Chaldeans.
portrayed with vermilion.
Right. So they up here, they fantasize and obsessed with the images of other people. You see what I'm saying? They trying. That's always the problem, is because they trying to be like the other nations. They were supposed to be a set apart nation
Right.
who was supposed to be the light to the world, right? But they too busy taking on their customs, their tradition, their ways. You know what I'm saying? It's like in America now, man. Our people is, and it hurt, but I just seen a documentary on it today. You know. And I was reading in the comments, you know, people defending all this gay stuff. My son's 13 and he wants to take puberty blockers, you know, so he can make a transition into a woman, but they won't let him by the law. And everybody defending them in the comments. Like, what wickedness is this?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You were straight and you created him, so you should have an issue with him wanting to be in the
Exactly.
position that he can't keep creating. You didn't do that to him. If you would have been gay, he wouldn't be here.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But like what I say all of that is because we into a nation now to where we adapt to things too much and we don't take it serious with the Most High say because it's become so normal.
Right.
Right? So we don't speak up on things. Like backbiting and gossiping is so normal these days. You know, you got reality shows that want to just tell
they
everybody
do.
business. So it's just like the normal. So it's hard for people to break it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So where we at? Yeah,
15.
15. Hit that.
Girded with girdles upon their loins,
Right?
exceeding in dyed attire upon their heads,
Uh-huh.
all of them princes to look to,
Uh-huh.
after the manner of the Babylonians.
After the manner of who?
the Babylonians.
What type of garment did he want to steal?
Babylonians.
He wanted to look like a Babylonian,
Yeah.
right? The Babylonians just had the fly girl, I guess, right? So he wanted to look like the Babylonians, right? And we supposed to be set apart, right? So this
Right.
is deeper than just attire.
Right.
This is about your ways, your actions. You see what I'm saying? Because I could say I'm a follower of the Most High, but if you catch me at every Christmas party, you know, chopping down some pork chops,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Trying to catch some woman under a mistletoe, then you're gonna be like, man, I don't know, you know the Most High?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now we're supposed to be set apart in our ways to where we don't have to do too much of this, but our actions show it.
That's right.
They consistent. You know what I'm saying? We should be hearing this from people. If we ain't heard it yet, we should hear it, and we should hear it more often. Like, it's something different about her or him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Man, it's something different. You know, they should be respecting you because of the wisdom that you display through your actions, just not off of what you speak, right?
Right.
Keep reading. But anyway, they lusting for the other nations, right? The Babylonians of Chaldea, the land of their nativity. Keep going.
And as soon as she saw them with her eyes, she darted upon them and sent messengers unto them into Chaldea. And the Babylonians came to her into the bed of love, and they defiled her with their whoredom, and she was polluted with
Hold on,
them.
you just finished 16?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Achan stole them beautiful garments from Babylon, just as Israel started to do in their actions, is to
Right.
clothe themselves with the same ways and the works as the Babylonians. And they wanted to live the same lifestyle, the same culture. They wanted to run their government the same, rule over the people the same. All that charity and love was out the window,
Right.
so punishment had to come. And as our people want to be as the American oppressor on the 4th of July in the hood, we be having more extravagant fireworks sometimes than you'll see downtown.
Right.
'Cause we are American now, right?
Yeah.
We just adapt everything except the Father's way, the
Right.
thing that can save your life, right? But we run to the risk, right?
Yep.
We spend more money at Christmas time than any other nation. You see what I'm saying? So, and we already broke. So what sense does that make?
Right.
You know, you putting your car note and house note on hold so that you can get your son a new PS5. Bro, what's more important, providing a stable roof over his head and keeping the car to get the transportation to make the money to keep the roof over the head, or buying these games? Because, see, I worked in the mortgage company. I had hundreds of calls I would catch every Christmas.
Yes, sir.
Hearing, man, can you put it on the hold, put it at the end of the loan? Now it's done accumulated all that interest in the
Right.
PlayStation $500, but at the end of the time of paying off your loan, that thing will multiply to like $14,000.
Right, yep.
Because you want to put it out with your bad interest rate. You know, because this priority jacked up. You know what I'm saying? We get into Valentine's Day. We skinny jeans out. You know what I'm saying? Men wearing tights. You know, men wearing tights every day. You got the blonde wigs. You know, the lip and the butt injections. And we can go on and on about everything that we adapting. You see what
Yep.
I'm saying?
Yep.
We all the way wrong. We're nothing like the Most High deemed us
Right.
to be, which is to be a light. We in darkness. We fit in with the darkness nowadays. Most of our people ain't no standing apart, right?
Can't tell the difference.
All right,
yeah.
17. We at what, verse 17?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
And the Babylonians came to her into the bed of love.
Right.
And they
Talk about it, Judah, right?
Mhm.
Keep going.
And they defiled her with their whoredom,
Mm-hmm.
and she was polluted with them, and her mind was alienated from them.
Right. I mean, and even our sisters, the way they make their money these days, you got what's that is it friends only? It's some little OnlyFans. Yeah, they got OnlyFans now. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's basically just prostituting through your phone now. Anybody can log in and you know what I'm saying? And they making a lot of money, so they giving they rather have the word than to say they sold. But these are just things that we have adapted to, and it's
crazy.
so normal now. It's just so normal. Keep going.
18. So she discovered her whoredoms and uncovered her nakedness. Then my mind was alienated from her, like as my mind was alienated from her sister.
So this causes separation.
Yep.
The protection is gone. That's why our men died back in that war. Them 36 men, because the protection was gone. He turned his head from them, right? So innocent men died, right?
Yep.
Keep going.
Yet she multiplied her whoredoms, and calling to remembrance the days of her youth, wherein she had played the harlot in the land of Egypt. For she darted her eye upon their paramours, whose flesh is as the flesh of asses, and whose issue is like the issue of horses.
Right. Keep going.
Thus thou callest to remembrance the lewdness of thy youth,
Right.
and bruising thy teats by the Egyptians for the paps of thy
Right.
youth.
So you was already out of order by the way you was living in Egypt. I brought you out of Egypt to clean you up, to teach you how to be a good wife, how to live honorably, and righteously, and go by my means and my standards, right? But you want to be like the Babylonian. You want to put on the Babylonian garments, they ways and they mind frame, and I'm trying to save you. What more frustrating it is when you're trying to help somebody and they won't help you help them.
Right.
Like I'm doing this and you need a ride and then you ain't even ready on your time and I'm trying to hurry up so I can get to my job.
Right.
You ain't even dressed. What you mean
Right.
you woke up late? You know I only got 5 minutes to get from dropping you off to get here.
Right.
But as a brother or sister, I love you enough. And that's how his mind frame was only on himself. We can't never just think about ourselves. We got to think about everything because
Absolutely.
these sins cause a ripple effect.
Absolutely.
Go ahead. What we at, 22?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Therefore, O Halabah, thus saith Yahuwah.
That Abalahah, that Aholabah is what he
Aholabah.
calling Israel right now. And that in Hebrew means woman of the tent. So that means like you a whore, you the prostitute. You see what I'm saying? You open you open up your quiver to every bow, like the scriptures say, right?
Right.
Keep going.
Behold, I will raise up thy lovers against thee, from whom thy mind is alienated, and I will bring them against thee on every side.
So the same man who use and abuse you, they finna go hard on you, and I'm gonna use them to punish you. Keep going.
The Babylonians and the Chaldeans.
Hold on. Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 1. So we got to purge out, those who is wicked. You know what I'm saying? Everything destroyed because of the trouble, Akan, right? And we worried about the Sunday church and what they doing, and we ain't even got it together.
Right.
When you get there, my brother, go ahead.
And I, brethren, could not speak unto you as unto spiritual, but as unto carnal, even unto babes in Hamashiach.
I could not speak unto you as spiritual, but as unto carnal. Keep going.
I have fed you with milk and not with meat. For hereto you were not able to bear it, neither yet now are you able.
Man, I can't even take it there to you because you've been in the truth for 25 years and you still ain't grown. I done gave you all this opportunity for wisdom, but yet year after year, I see you the same. I tell you to be right. You know what I'm saying? Don't come before me on my holy days unless you done clear outs with your brother. You still ain't did that. I done tried to give you examples. You need to stop backbiting, but you still doing that. You see what I'm saying? You ain't doing nothing but keeping the day, but you ain't keeping my way. You see, that's an album.
That was.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah. So, just being seriously though, yeah, because you keeping my days, but you ain't keeping my ways, right?
That's good.
So it's no change. So I can't even get you to the level I want you to get you wing you out the breast to put you on the meat, so that way you can help others. You can be
Right.
strong enough to help others, right?
Yes, sir.
Keep reading.
For ye are yet carnal. For whereas there is among you envying and strife and division, are you not carnal and walk as men?
So he writing a letter to people who supposed to be knowing better, right? And you carnal and you walking just like the world around you. You see what I'm saying? There's no separation. Skip down to verse 16.
Know you not that you are the temple of Yah, and that The spirit of
You
Yah.
the temple of Yah, right? You the body. So this goes two ways. You the body yourself, you a temple, and we a temple together.
Right.
As united as a church. Well, it's really the body, right?
Right.
So read that over.
Know you not that you are the temple of Yah,
Right? You the temple, you the church, the body of Elohim. Keep going.
and that the spirit of Yah dwelleth in you.
It's supposed to, at least. You know, people should come in and not be like, man, they ain't got a bit of truth in them, right?
Right.
Keep going.
If any man defileth the temple of Yah, him shall Yah destroy. For the temple of Yah is holy, which temple ye are.
Right? So that means set apart. Holy means Kodesh in Hebrew. Kodesh means to be set apart, not be of the same. It's supposed to be a separation. Is you going to be standing next to the tares? Now I'm trying to be wheat. You know what I'm saying?
right.
I'm not finna be like the goats. I'm going to be a sheep. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Y'all goats can kick it over there, right? I'll come over there to try to make a transformation of you, but if I can't, I'm moving around because either the light going to win or the darkness. You see what I'm saying? And we should know that if two angels don't do good enough to get us in their first attack, they coming back with four. See, these are the
Right.
hardest. They was gang banging before they was on earth. You know, they was, let's get them, man. Hey, at two, if we can't get them two, we're going to jump them. We're going to get them
Right.
by four. If that ain't, so we always got to know we're going to be under attack because he already got those who live in his sin. He trying to get us, right?
Right.
What verse we at?
18.
Go ahead.
Let no man deceive himself.
Don't deceive yourself. That's crazy. Think you can fly off the roof if you want to. Keep going.
If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world,
Right. Let him do what?
let him become a fool.
That he may what?
Be wise.
Right. So don't get puffed up because you done been in the truth 25 years and you think you got this knowledge. Your walk still ain't good, bro.
Right.
You still tripping over your feet. Hit verse 19 for me.
For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with Yah. For it is written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness.
Right. So you ain't fooling nobody. The wise gonna be taken in their own craftiness, right? Keep going.
And again, Yahuwah knoweth the thoughts of the wise, that they are vain.
Right, because Achan probably thought he was gonna get away with it. Because you see, they asked where it said he had it hidden under the thing.
Right.
He probably had like a doorway and everything. You know, he had his stuff hidden, right? He think he gonna get away with it, but nah. The Most High know all our thoughts, right? Keep going.
Therefore, let no man glory in men,
Right.
for all things are yours.
All things are ours only if we walk on the righteous path, though.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So this is a walk that we supposed to walk and stay firm. I got one more place I want to go real quick. 1 Corinthians 12 and 18. All right, go ahead.
But now hath Yah set the members, every one of them in the body, as it has pleased him.
Read
And
that again.
But now hath Yah set the members, every one of them in the body, as it has pleased him.
So we all got a role to play. For everybody, you know, no man is bigger than nobody. You know,
Right.
Al teach, but he ain't no bigger than those of us who clean up the church.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? We all play an important role.
Right.
And if one of us go, you know what I'm saying, no matter how people would try to deny it, it's going to affect the body. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It ain't the same without this brother around. And so don't nobody want to put nobody out. Don't nobody
Right.
want to cut out their cancer. But we ask you not to become cancer. So these things, we don't have to take this because we see Paul tells us to separate ourselves. Don't be amongst them. We see what happened with Achan and his foolery. People, innocent people getting hurt, right?
Right.
Right? Keep reading.
And if they were all one member, where were the body? But now are they many members, yet
Right.
but one body.
So we one body, right? Keep
Yes, sir.
going.
And the eye cannot say unto the hand, I have no need of thee,
Right,
nor again the head to the feet, I have no need of you.
right.
Nay, much more those members of the body which seem to be more feeble are necessary.
Right. You these things that you consider as small and not important, they very important, right?
Right.
I mean, look, you could be a bodybuilder, 340, right? And big as all go out, right?
Right.
But let one of them weights fall on your toe, your little toe.
You out the
Man,
game.
you out the game.
Yeah.
You falling down. Your stomach done went to your heart went to your stomach like you on a Texas Giant or something, right? You
Right.
feel that your heart pounding, right? And your heart far away from the toe, right? But this is just an example to show if any one of us get out of order, you know, it's gonna hurt the whole body, and you're not gonna be able to perform at full capacity the way Yah wants to use you, right?
Right.
And we could have the hedges taken away from us, and innocent people could get hurt due to our actions, right?
Yes, sir.
So, and you're gonna cover all your parts and protect all your parts, right? You're not gonna go out there naked. You're gonna want to be clothed, right?
Absolutely.
So that's Yah's protection that clothes us. So we should always want to stay covered. But I think I'm gonna wrap it up there. Now let's keep reading real quick.
23.
Uh-huh.
And those members of the body which we think to be less honorable,
Right.
upon these we bestow more abundant honor.
Right, we should give more abundant honor. Keep going.
And our uncommonly parts have more abundant comeliness.
Right, keep going.
For our commonly parts have no need,
Mm-hmm.
but Yah have tempered the body together.
He's the one who put the body
Right.
together. He put you in that position of AV or a reader or a teacher because he sees that you're deemed to play that role, right?
Absolutely.
So he's the one who put the body together. So of course, if he put the body together, why would he want you to have to chop off a finger so you don't get gangrene? You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yes, sir.
Keep going.
Having given more abundant honor to that part which lacked,
Man, keep going.
that there should be no schism
no
in the body,
schism, no cancer in the body. Keep going.
but that the members should have the same care one for another.
Man, if you love your brother as thyself, and suffer not your brother, to sin.
That's
If you love him, man, you're going to correct them, right? And if we love each other, we're going to walk in unison, right? I mean,
Absolutely.
what I look like if my brain dysfunction and then my leg and right don't want to work right. You see what I'm saying? And I'm just like, move, man. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm just still, now I look foolish, right? That's not going to cause no fear to sin. Because them devils know them demons know they got you. They ain't even, I see all the kinks in their armor,
Right.
right? Keep going.
And whether one member suffer, all the members
We should
suffer
all
with it.
be suffering, right? Keep going.
Or one member be honored, all the members rejoice
Because
with it.
because we should get glory in what you're going through. We still a family. We're a body, right? And we got to work hard to make sure we think of each other like that, to let each other know I do love you. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Maybe we should pick up the phone sometimes more throughout the week and just call and check on each other and say, hey, man, I love you, bro. I'm just letting you know I'm thinking about you. I don't want a lot of your time, but if you need me, I'm here, right? I don't
Yes,
want you
sir.
to forget that. Keep going.
That's true. 27. Now you are the body of Hamashiach,
Mm-hmm.
and members in particular.
Right.
And Yah has
So
sent,
we the body of him now. So we supposed to represent him, like I said earlier. What people see us, they should see Hamashiach and see the Father. It shouldn't be no doubt in their mind. It should be, hey, I know by the way that they acting that there's something about them that's special. They got
Right.
the spirit because they different,
Mm-hmm.
I saw how he handled that man when that man was being all crazy with him. He could have went off on him, but he took him to the side and talked to him in a manner that got him right, At least
Absolutely.
try to, right? If at all possible, live peaceably with your brethren, right? Keep
Right.
going.
And Yah has sent some in the church. First apostles, secondarily prophets,
Right.
thirdly teachers, and after that miracles, then gifts of healing, helps government,
Right.
diversities of tongues.
Remember I said they love that Babylonian government earlier. They wanted to operate it unrighteously, right? So when you
Right.
read through the scriptures, he always talked about how they oppressed our people. We oppressed each other. We took advantage of them. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So now we the body of Christ, so we shouldn't be doing none of that thing. Keep going. Diversities of tongues.
Are all apostles?
No.
Are all prophets?
Nope.
Are all teachers?
Nope.
Are all workers of miracles? Have all the gifts of healing? Do all speak with tongues?
Keep going.
Do all interpret?
Nope. Don't everybody do all these things, right?
Right.
That means you would be Hamashiach here.
Right.
Like he could do all of that, but everybody ain't got all them gifts, right? Keep going.
Right. 31. But covet earnestly the best gifts,
Right.
and yet show I unto you a more excellent way.
Right. So we should be living righteous, right? And we gotta kill the cancer out the body, walk righteously, don't be afraid to correct people, because we don't want to suffer our brothers of sin. If at all possible, we try to assist in getting them right and get rid of the issue before it spreads and affects the whole body, because we see one person's transgressions can cause a lot of people to die, and they have nothing to do with it.
Yes, sir.
And with that being said, that's going to conclude tonight's lesson. I appreciate y'all for giving me the time and the ear to
Yes,
listen to
sir.
what I had to bring today. Hopefully somebody can find something good out of it. I planted a seed, or either some water has been given to a seed to give increase and may add to be a fruitful tree. And with that
Hallelujah.
being said, shalom and Shabbat shalom. Thank you for your time.
Yes, sir.